record deficits, near double-digit unemployment.
It obviously is sort of common sense to think that we're not going to be building as many homes.
We are making progress.
But the job losses still continue and continue and continue.
Yes, but it's not 12 or 13 or 15. In that sense, it works.
1 in 7 Americans living in poverty.
That inspiration's dying.
I've been a little amused over the last couple of days where people have been having these rallies about taxes. You would think they would be saying thank you.
479,000 new jobless claims in the past week.
Are really struggling. It's official, we are in a recession.
There isn't any doubt we're moving in the right direction.
The world growth in the future around the world can't depend on the United States as much as it did in the past.
This was supposed to be the summer of recovery.
It just looks like he's not involved.
Barack Obama's been so invisible. He's been on vacation.
When is he going to actually do something?
Hey, hold on a second.
2 days of media events.
Layoffs in August falling to a 10-year low.
3 days of fundraising.
The numbers are staggering.
4 commemorations.
The possibility of a double-dip recession.
We will not
Days of vacation.
Foreclosures and homes being auctioned and home prices continuing to fall.
6 sports events and 7 days of golf.
Huge amount of damage to the economy.
First family planning a vacation for the 5th time since July.
Spain on $75,000 a day. You can't miss it. A fantastic thing.
President Obama has just redecorated the Oval
Speaker
Office.
Pelosi is reportedly asking for a much bigger jet.
With people losing their homes and people losing their jobs, this is what we're going to have Congress talk about today?
I haven't got enough money to feed my family.
Make no mistake, we are headed in the right direction.
This is a White House and a president that's frankly anti-business.
Recognize that the economic outlook remains unusually uncertain.
Your employer would see premiums fall by as much as 3,000%, which means they could give you a raise. This is paid for and will not add a dime to the deficit or reduce the deficit.
That's going to increase our costs. We knew that. We didn't think that we were going to cover 30 million people for free.
We're very proud of what we've done.
Who is in charge?
here?
We are mortgaging the future of our children and grandchildren at record rates, and that is not only an issue of fiscal irresponsibility.
I say we move forward.
It's an issue of immorality.
Is the American dream dead?
I don't want to give them the keys back.
I have done a terrific job.
The one who put the present Democratic administration in Washington, D.C. The whites were evenly divided. It was the fact that you threw 80% of your votes behind the Democrats that put the Democrats in the White House. When you see this, you can see that the Negro vote is the key factor. And despite the fact that you are in a position to be the determining factor, what do you get out of it? The Democrats have been in Washington, D.C. only because of the Negro vote. They've been down there 4 years. And all other legislation they wanted to bring up, they brought it up and gotten it out of the way, and now they bring up you. And now they bring up you. You put them first and they put you last. Because you're a chump. A political chump. In Washington, D.C., in the House of Representatives, there are 257 who are Democrats. Only 177 are Republicans. In the Senate, there are 67 Democrats. Only 33 are Republicans. The party that you bash controls 2/3 of the House of Representatives and the Senate, and still they can't keep their promise to you, because you're a chump. Anytime you throw your weight behind a political party that controls 2/3 of the government, and that party can't keep the promise that it made to you during election time, and you're dumb enough to walk around continuing to identify yourself with that party, you're not only a chump, but you're a traitor to your race. I know you don't like me saying that, but I'm not the kind of person who come here to say what you like. I'm going to tell you the truth whether you like it or not.
Tell all the other curs the law's coming. You tell them I'm coming, and hell's coming with me, you hear? Hell's coming with me!
For today, in the name of freedom, we take the battle to them. Let's roll.
You're listening to War. We are America Radio a place where conservatives, libertarians, and Tea Party Americans come together to get the real deal news. No filter and a lot of patriotic spirit. We are America Radio.
Here in moments.
The ultimate gala spectacle.
Holy Mother of God on earth and in heaven at the exact same time.
You want a piece of me? You got it!
We will make America strong again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And we will make America great again.
Let's not stand on ceremony here, Mr. Wayne.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Wayne Dupree Show. I'm your host, Wayne Dupree, here on War Radio. We are America Radio, also broadcasting live on the Right Side Broadcasting Network. We are live. That's right. We also have our tremendous studious, our great co-host with us tonight. We're talking about Miss Cambry Nelson out on the West Coast. What's up? What's up, Kay?
Man, it's been a hot one out here. I think I'm going to fly to the East Coast so I can enjoy some of y'all's weather.
It's hot. Well, okay.
Is it?
Yeah.
Let's say it was 100.
Where? Today?
Yeah.
Oof. No, that's okay. I ain't going over there. And then we also have the Godfather of War Radio, Mr. Hutch Bailey Jr. What's up, Hutch?
Hey, you know, I was looking at the chat from the last show, and there's a lot of people that are really impressed with your version of my voice, man. That's just that's all right. Good evening, Mr. Dupree. Good evening, Cam, and to the RSBN chat room moderator. Good evening to you too.
We've been together for so long. I mean, believe me.
You got it down, apparently.
Yeah, old Hutch Bailey Jr. Hutch. Yep, old Hutch. You know, let's see.
There he is. Get off my lawn.
Aberdeen.
Dead Muslim walking.
Speaking of, I'll stop right there.
Look, you know what? I have been seeing a couple of things going on within the media. The Congressional Black Caucus is out and about now. They got their marching orders from Pelosi galore. So it seems like, you know, everything is moving because Donald Trump wants to talk to the Black Americans. And I would say, keep on doing it.
Oh, yeah. Don't stop.
Keep on doing it. Do not, I mean, your foot is in the door. Your foot is in the door. You're making some inroads, but I tell you how you can make some more inroads. You do have to go to some of the communities. Sorry.
Absolutely.
You got to go to some of the communities because the way that Hillary Clinton puts those minstrels behind her whenever she goes, she really doesn't have. Well, Hillary Clinton will not go into the communities because number one, she's scared. Okay,
and she hates them.
Yeah, number one.
Let's be honest.
Yeah. She does not. She does not want to hang around Black Americans. However, she will put Black Americans in behind her. She will hang with them. She will go to the Black radio stations, and she will go there and she'll talk about Donald Trump, and she'll give all types of negatives against Donald Trump, but she won't say what she has done and what her husband has done to the Black community in the past few years. Am I right?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, the most that she does is she puts herself in situations where she's looking like, because with Hillary Clinton, it's all about the appearance. That's the one thing with her. If she's having a speech, she'll make sure that she surrounds herself with African American women. If she's going to have an office, where is she going to put it? Right where it is right now in Harlem. So it's all about the appearance when it comes to Hillary Clinton.
It's so phony too, you know, Cam?
It is phony.
I mean, you look at it and you almost have to wonder what the Clinton people said to get these people there. It's like, we need some black people. Can you come over here? And, you almost have to wonder, how do they do that? How does it not embarrass them to be so phony like that? And now what you're seeing, I don't know if you noticed it, but now you've got black journalists coming out and proclaiming that, life in the inner city's fine.
They ain't journalists. They're attack
right.
dogs.
They're propagandists.
Yeah,
You're right.
Yeah, they're attack dogs.
But have you seen these articles?
Yeah.
They're coming out and they're saying everything's fine.
Yeah, I've been seeing the articles and I've been watching their black tails on TV. And for me, I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted when I see Angela Rye and Baraki Sellers and Tara Tara Mayonnaise. I call her Tara Mayonnaise. I'm tired of seeing them up there. And what they do, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you what they do to get their points across. And Anderson Cooper is so weak that he isn't going to stop him. I haven't seen, and the same thing happened, and I'm going to play the clip in a few minutes, with Don Lemon Don Lemon will try to stop them when they're attacking him. But
they don't usually attack her, though.
I know. Yeah, they leave her alone. They overtalk. They raise their voice. They get emotional so that our side can't come back and say anything. A friend of mine, Scotty Hughes, sent us a message today saying this is why people can't beat Angela Rye. And the only reason why I didn't respond to her is because my phone conked out. But we can beat Angela Rye. The thing is, you can't be afraid of somebody who is being that emotional on TV, because all they're doing, they aren't saying anything. The main thing that they're doing with Donald Trump is, oh, he's racist.
That's all.
He's a bigot. Oh, he's a misogynist. That's it.
There's no way he can ever reach out to the black community. It's never going to happen. He's fooling himself, and all he's doing is talking to white people.
It's funny because I see them going, people go, well, the media can't make up their mind. Of course they can make up their mind, but they have to be told what their producers, what they're going to talk about. Mm-hmm. First, they're with Black Lives Matter. Everything is a disaster. Now they're not. Everything is fine. Where's the outrage with the black community that now that they're saying, first, we're going to back you. We're going to show the world how the communities need the Democrats. And now we're going to tell everybody, oh, you're okay.
And by the way, as soon as Hillary Clinton starts getting in trouble, who does she go after? The black guy. Mm-hmm. She goes after Colin Powell and Condi Rice. It's like, come on, Hillary. I mean, you're so fake. It's showing. You can't even hide it anymore.
Threw Colin Powell under the bus. And again, I am not a Colin Powell fan because of what he did over the past 7 years, but I'm glad that he stood up for himself. I'm glad that he didn't just take that and just walk away. I'm glad that he called out Hillary Clinton to everybody. But let me play portions of this. And I don't know if you heard this. Most of you, if you don't know, I'm part of the National Diversity Coalition for Donald Trump. If you haven't signed up, you need to go there and sign up tonight. NDCTrump.com. NDCTrump.com. Now, Bruce Lavelle is the co-founder of that, and he was on with Don Lemon last night. Now, I want you to hear the difference between Bruce Lavelle and Charles Blow. Charles Blow is a liberal. And you know that he is a Hillary supporter, even though he says he's not a Hillary supporter. And Hutch, Cam, isn't it funny when you confront a Democrat and you say, well, everybody knows you're a Democrat. The first thing that most Democrats say, I'm not a Democrat. I'm independent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I do. It's good, though, because
they never claim their party.
I've been trying for all this year, everything that is attributed to them that's negative, I make sure that in the tweet or the Facebook post or whatever, I always add Democrat, the word Democrat, because they're behind it, and we need to tarnish that. It's a crime family.
Right. Okay, so let me Let me play this.
And at the end of 4 years, I guarantee you that I will get over 95% of the African American vote. I promise you.
And he says by 2020, he's going to have 95% of the African American support. Why are you laughing?
Well, that's Donald Trump.
So I'm back with Bruce Lavelle and Charles. I mean, Bruce, even his running mate had to laugh at him. I mean, as we said, that's a pretty high bar.
Actually, it's not, Don. And I'm going to tell you the reason why. Back in Donald Trump announced for president, I was one of those folks, unlike Ann Kotler, that was set in an establishment environment, and they literally laughed me out of the room. And now here we are today, 16 candidates that were, beat off the stage, if whatever you want to call it, and we're sitting right here today, 70-plus days away from him becoming the next president of the United States. But also, Charles, I just want to say something real quick. I noticed that you didn't disagree when I said that the Democrats have failed policies in a lot of these cities, and I'm glad you do agree with that.
He's written about that before. He said he's written about it before. He's written about it.
Okay, but wait.
Let him go, Don. He's just trying to bait. You're just trying to bait.
No, it's not, sir, because
I'll get to it.
I sit there and watch you and roll your eyes and smirk.
I'll get to it.
But here's my question, since we're on the topic of African-American subject, that's what we're on. Name one statement that you've heard Donald Trump say about African Americans.
Yeah.
Okay, now, I want to stop it right there. Because Bruce Lavelle, and I know that I say this, but Bruce Lavelle asked Charles Blow, name one statement that Donald Trump has said about black people. Okay? Name one statement. And most of the time, liberals will not answer that question. They won't answer that question because he hasn't said anything. But listen to this.
I'll get to it.
But here's my question. Since we're on the topic of African American subject, that's what we're on. Name one statement that you've heard Donald Trump say about African Americans.
Yeah, I've got a short amount of time. Go ahead.
No,
Charles,
first of all, I'm not listening to
No,
this.
sir.
No,
exactly.
First of all, be quiet. The way I was being quiet when you were talking. Right? That's how this works.
Go ahead, Charles.
It's a dialogue, right? Right. So here's the deal. Here's the deal.
No, name one.
Bruce,
name
I
one,
mean,
sir.
seriously, you
want to talk about race?
You talk to him.
Bruce, let him.
Because I won't do that.
Okay. If he doesn't want to answer your question, he doesn't.
I don't do
that.
Okay.
Right.
Go ahead.
All right. Because he can't. That's why. Thank you.
Go ahead, Charles.
Who is this person? Yeah. And why is he on TV? Okay.
Why are you on TV?
Listen, here's the deal, right? So, Donald Trump is a bigot.
Look at that.
That's the answer.
Look at that.
30 seconds of no answer.
Look at that. Look at that. And that's what all of them do. That's what they do. They don't have.
Why is he even on TV? Who is this guy?
Right. He's trying to dismiss him first. He's trying to dismiss him, and then, well, Donald Trump, he's a bigot. Really? Come on, man. Some of these people, Cam Hutch, some of these people shouldn't even be on TV. They shouldn't be on TV if they are going to be this emotional and this heartbroken because they can't formulate a sentence or they can't come and be factual about something about Donald Trump. Then they shouldn't be on TV, right?
Well, I think I was thinking about this today, specifically about CNN, because CNN. There was an article out over the weekend, or it might have been yesterday, that literally called out 10 CNN lies, not misrepresentations, not reporting with a bias, but out and out lies of the nature of the kid in Milwaukee's sister coming out and saying, "Why are we doing this to our neighborhood? Go to the suburbs and burn them." And they cut to "go to the suburbs and burn them" and made it like she was calling for peace. Why are we doing this to our neighborhood? And then they cut it off. That's a lie.
Right.
She wasn't calling for peace. But I was thinking, if we get an adult pro-American administration in, why can't we get the FCC, if a news organization is caught lying like that,
right,
take away their ability to call themselves a news organization?
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to take them off the air. Just make them stop using CNN. And say, look, we're not the cable news network. We are the Democrat Party spokesman. at least call them what they are.
I felt like that about businesses that hire illegal immigrants. If you find that these businesses are hiring illegal immigrants to cut down on the cost, then you shut them down. Don't even find them. Don't even find them. You shut them down. You make it. You make the penalty that stiff that they have to. That they lose their license, that they lose their tax ID number, that they lose all these things. I bet you that will stop a whole lot of this illegal hiring. Don't fine them, because anybody can pay a fine. Anybody can pay a fine and still keep on doing it. Look at these NBA players that smoke weed, smoke pot, muscle enhancement drugs and stuff. They keep doing it. So anybody can do it, But let me go back to this racist guy. Hold on.
No other way to get around it.
Wow.
Anybody who accepts that, supports it. Anybody who supports it is promoting it. And that makes you a part of the bigotry itself. Now, you have to decide whether or not you want to be part of the bigotry that is Donald Trump. You have to decide whether you want to be part of the sexism and misogyny that is Donald Trump. You have to decide whether you want to be part.
I told you.
I want to be part of the bigotry.
And the sexism.
The sexism and the misogyny and the bigotry. I hate women. It just, come on, man. It's so ridiculous.
We need to somebody needs to make a song about it. Somebody needs to make a joke about it, because that's what the liberals are doing. That is exactly what the liberals are doing. Somebody needs to make a funny song about how that's what they are going to. That's all they have. That's all they have.
That would allow him to make fun of one of my disabled colleagues at the New York Times. You have to decide that. There is no other space for you. There is no place for you to say, I'm going to put that to the side because I believe in conservative principles. I can't put that to the side because I believe that I do not want to vote for Hillary. You have to make a decision, because your party has now decided that this is the person. This con man is your front man. And you have to decide whether or not you're going to follow that.
That's a lot. Bruce, I'm literally running out of time, so go ahead. I'll give you the last word.
Well, Charles, I'm sorry you can't answer the question, because you know that you can't. I
don't know you, and I don't want to talk to you, and I don't want to answer your question.
Okay, well, that's fine.
Question somebody else who is interested
in you.
Bruce,
make your point.
I don't.
And this is your final point, Bruce. Go ahead.
Well, the point is, we knew back last year that the Clinton campaign was going to try to bait and create this false facade of Donald Trump being someone that he's not.
I'm not part of the Clinton campaign.
Well,
I'm a black man in America. And I know a bigot when I see a bigot.
And everything's good.
And I know. And that makes you part of the bigotry that is Donald Trump.
And I know someone that doesn't tell the truth on national TV when I see it, sir.
And I know this. A bigot is a bigot, and you're supporting a bigot. That makes you part of the bigotry, and you are part of the problem that black America faces. What black people don't need is not somebody...
I'm a bigot, you're a bigot, we're a bigot, wouldn't you like to be a bigot too? Be a bigot, be a bigot.
He was a big water-headed boy. They wheeled him in. His head was moving from side to side. I mean, it's just, it's so unprofessional. I can't believe that there's executives out there that would put this kind of thing on the air.
They put these freaking people on the air.
This isn't about facts. This isn't about politics. This isn't about that. That's what people have to realize.
No facts.
Why are they not being called out? Why do you expect them to be called out? I've been looking this up. NBC, I mean, you have to look at who owns these networks, who owns these stations, who owns all of this. NBC holds 13 stations. 28% of U.S. household of what people watch is owned by NBC. And who do they give to? The Democratic Party. Who are they working with behind the scenes? The Democratic Party. It's all about the lobbyists. It's all about the paid advertisers. That's who's running the airways. So of course they're not going to be called out. And I don't expect them to be called out and say they can't say this on news, because who's running the news? Who owns the news station? If the lobbyists don't like what's being put on air and it doesn't fit their agenda, they're not allowed to talk about it. So this is all an inside job. So of course they're never going to be called out. Why would they? If they want to own their own company, good luck. We're seeing it happen with One America News right now. They're trying to get One America News off the air. Why? Because they're not owned by special interests. They're not owned by lobbyists. They're not in bed with the White House, with Democrats, with Republicans. They are family owned. That is an absolute no-no because that keeps the money out of the hand of the lobbyists who control the propaganda that goes through the airways. It's never going to end. If we want something that actually falls under what is right and what is wrong, we got to start our own network. That's the only way it's going to be fixed. But until the lobbyists don't control Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, I mean, all the shows, The Daily Show, Nightly Show, Meet the Press, everything is all owned. Right. It's all tied into government. So it's never going to be fair. We're never going to see that.
Just like the Clinton Foundation. Everything is tied into the Clinton Foundation.
Solve our problems like we're some sort of algebraic equation. What black people need is dismantling of white supremacy. We are trying to forms, and that is not what Donald Trump is offering. That means I don't have to answer your questions, which because you're not the moderator here. You're not the person who's asking.
But you can't sit on national TV.
No.
You will not.
You don't sit on
can't sit on national TV and call someone a racist, sir.
I call him a bigot, and I called you a supporter of that bigotry, and therefore part of that bigotry, and you are part of what is the problem with African Americans. Yes.
Go ahead, Bruce.
I said that to you.
Well, I'm sorry that you're so misinformed. And
no, I'm correct in that.
Let him finish.
You know, it's so sad. Here we are with so much going on, with terror going on. We don't know who's going to strike us. We're 19.4 trillion in debt. We paid 160 billion out in student loan payments, which is killing the retail. We haven't had a decent GDP growth. 1.2% was what we had since the Great Depression. You know, our nation is crumbling, and the only thing we could keep bringing up is this stuff about race all the time. That's totally false.
And that, sir, is called a deflection, because you did not want to understand.
No, because I would like to debate. I would like to debate substance and policies instead of fantasy.
I've got to run. We're like 4 minutes over. Do you guys want to take a break? Or you want to just get to the top of the hour? Producers, tell me now. All right. We're going to take a break. Thank you, gentlemen. We'll be right back. Don't.
Here's what happened after the break. I talked to Bruce Lavelle, or he sent me a message after I put the story on my website. Mr. Charles Blow left the studio. He didn't want to continue the interview. Now, I mean, I'm sure Charles Blow felt at home at the CNN bathhouse. I'm sure he did, Tinkerbell. But he left because he did not want to talk to Mr. Bruce Lavelle anymore. He didn't want to, probably because he didn't have the right talking points paper.
Well, you know what he wanted to say, actually what he was trying to say to the guy. You're not black. That's what he was saying. It's like you have thoughts that aren't like going right down this lane. So therefore, you just, you're not relevant. And you don't have the credentials to talk about this subject.
Right.
But Don Lemon does. Don Lemon acts like a perpetuant child on that show.
He does.
But Don Lemon's now the expert. What is his degree in? I mean,
race baiting.
Where's Melissa Harris Perry? Is she still around?
And he said, He goes, I didn't call you a bigot. Yeah, you did. He said you were a bigot.
Yeah.
Replay, rewind.
Mm-hmm.
This is just all creating because this is what they don't want to do. They don't want to talk about the facts.
But notice
something else. They're wordsmithing. If you notice, they've switched the word from racist to bigot. It's the same word, and they switched it because racist was getting negative ratings. Because people know, hey, stop with the race card. All right, well, we'll just change it to bigot. Now that's what they're using.
A lot of people, I don't think, really know what the word bigot really, really means, what type of context that they're using.
Well, you know, it's a whole lot of words that the liberals don't know how to know, because the liberals don't read. The liberals don't read. They don't read. They wait for the movie to come out, and then the movie skews words and stuff and everything, but liberals don't read.
And what did Blow say? Blow said he started talking about an algebraic equation. Who's talking about that?
Yeah, he probably saw that on a TV commercial before he sat down in the chair.
Jeopardy or something.
Yeah. But listen, as you noticed, if you watch that, that video, or if you listen to him, he overtalked him. He overtalked Charles Blow. No, he overtalked Bruce Lavelle on it, and that's what the liberals are doing right now, because they can't win the argument on what Donald Trump is doing, on how Donald Trump is talking within the black community. They can't do it, so now they're taking it and saying that he's a bigot, that he's a racist, that he isn't reaching the black community, and the black guests are over talking the Trump supporters, and CNN is letting it happen. I don't know if y'all heard this. Watch. Here's Angela Rye.
I mean, just from optics of a campaign, as a campaign manager, wouldn't you want your candidate saying some of these things directly to the people he's supposedly addressing?
You know what's amazing to me is no one remembers that Donald Trump went to go have a rally in Chicago at the university. And do you remember what happened? It was so chaotic and it was so out of control that Secret Service and the Chicago Police Department told him you could not get in and out of that facility safely. And that rally was canceled. And you showed the footage many times of the individuals who attended that rally. Donald Trump had that rally booked.
What does that have to do with the black community?
Look, that is a black community. He went to the heart of Chicago to go and give a speech to the University of Chicago in a campus which is predominantly African American to make that argument. And you know what happened? The campus was overrun and it was not a safe environment. That's what
Corey
happened.
and Kaylee, would you acknowledge that black communities all over the country are still not monolithic? So if he tried to do the same thing in Cleveland, wouldn't necessarily happen.
Your argument is to go there.
Wouldn't necessarily happen.
He tried to go to Chicago and wasn't allowed to go and make a speech.
So go to
you know what he did?
Go to Dallas.
You know what he did today? He
Go
went
to Los
a community
Angeles.
that's 31% African American. And know what you're talking about? You're not talking about actually the details of what he's talking about. You're talking about where he's giving the presentation, which is completely egregious. So when he tries to go and give it and can't because of the chaos.
I just tried to tell you it's not monolithic. And
I understand. So whose fault is it that particular event in Chicago was completely destroyed?
Wait a minute, we have to be it's not all black people's fault.
I didn't say it was.
Right,
Tara,
be honest about the venue at the University of Chicago. It was not go there to speak to an audience.
This is
of black
Tara
folks
Mayonnaise.
there. It was to go to a predominantly white audience, just like before.
That audience is not white.
Yes, it was.
That event is open to everybody.
Okay, you know what? Everything's open to everybody.
So there were no African Americans inside that event? Of course,
as it was not catered to that. That is a complete an excuse for blaming it on the venue and what happened in Chicago. That's number one. Number two, the point that was made, it's a very simple one. If you want to speak to women, or you want to speak to, if you wanted to speak to a group of single mothers, you're not going to go and speak to a group of white business executives about an issue that affects single mothers. Tone matters. The venue absolutely does matter.
Has the highest murder rate in the country amongst African American people, and that's not good enough.
Every time our people try to throw out a fact, every time that our people want to explain something, I'm telling you, these networks that Cam was talking about, they put these liberal attack dogs out there, and how many times have you seen? How many times have you seen white liberal pundits do what these black liberal pundits do? You don't see it. You don't see it. You know, now the white liberal pundits are bad too, but they aren't as bad as my liberal black pundit brothers and sisters because they allow their emotions to rule the day. And I mean, for me, I don't think that they should be on TV. I don't think that Angela Rye should be on TV. I don't think that Tara Mayonnaise should be on TV. I don't think that Baraki Sellers should be on TV. I think that if they want to express themselves, give them a show, give them a podcast. But
I think this is funny, though.
Yeah,
They're like,
right.
He's damned if he does, damned if he doesn't. I'm going to go to Chicago to talk to the black community. You are racist. You are pandering to the black community. What is Trump trying to do? Then if he doesn't do it, then they're going to hammer him about not going to a community and try to throw it against him. I mean, there is a no-win-win. What is going to make them happy? I would say, all right, Tara Mayonnaise, whatever you call her, what's going to make you happy? Trump gets up there and says, I am going to a black community to do a rally. Is that what he needs to do?
No.
I mean, really, look, that's
if
stupid.
If he does that, the same exact thing will happen that when he went to Chicago. And what one of them on that maelstrom said was that it wasn't all black people that were rioting or whatever, and that's correct. The left mobilized. The communist left, the Mexicans, the whites, the blacks, everybody. That it's the same exact people. If you used facial recognition technology, you would see that is the exact same people that were in the Occupy movement in Chicago.
Probably.
Because they're the same people.
Yeah, probably.
They will be out there just like they were out there in Minneapolis the other night. It has to be organized. And I think that's what I was trying to talk to Pastor Scott the other night about, is like, can you put something together? Because what you have to do is you have to vet the audience. I mean, because anything that gets close, the Democrat crime family needs over 90% of the black vote to win. And they will do everything in their Saul Alinsky power to disrupt, destroy any kind of gathering that we have on the right. And you can trace this all the way back, probably further, but in my small mind's view, back to Adolf Hitler. His brown shirts did the very same thing. They went to every rally that every opposition party to Adolf Hitler had, and they busted heads. They did it at every single event. They did it in beer halls, wherever, and they went out and they busted heads at these rallies, and eventually they were successful. And as soon as they became successful, and this is something to all you Occupy people, Hitler went out and killed all the brown shirts. Just so you know. You know, it doesn't end well. But there's historical precedent with this, and that's why I say that there needs to be some kind of way, and one of the ways that I've done it is taken some of the Joe at the RSBN network, made some clips of just the comments and the points, the talking points that Donald Trump was bringing out about the black community, and he put them into a 9-minute video, and every black militant hashtag I could find, I tweeted it with those hashtags. It's like, come on, guys, watch this.
Right.
What we people have to realize is what happens behind the scenes. And you guys know I've been digging into all these emails that's been going on. What happens before a show is, I'll just use Jake Tapper right now. And that's a sensitive subject with CNN. His producer would go to the DNC and say, what do I need to have Jake push on tonight? What do I need to have him do? So they give them talking points to go on before it actually happens. So there's a lot of thought and a lot of thinking, a lot of time, a lot of agenda going into it when it comes to Chicago. I read in another one just today that they said, hey, if people aren't showing up, we have to send our interns in from that local area, but we don't want it to fall back on us. So this is all orchestrated. Everything that we are seeing is orchestrated from the media all the way to the Democratic Party. All of it is completely orchestrated before it goes live on air, before Trump ever has a rally. There is preparation happening. This is all almost like TV. It's like they have the script, and what we're seeing on television, from actions to the words to the tone to what they say, this is all scripted before it actually comes on.
Wait. I don't know. No. I'm not going to say it's all scripted. Okay, especially now. It might be scripted from reporting the news, because, you know, there are videos out there where you can see different news people saying the same thing from different sections of the nation. But when you have these pundits out there, that stuff ain't scripted.
Well, that's why I mentioned Jake Tapper. I didn't say all of it. That's what I'm saying. I use Jake Tapper because CNN, I read about 400 emails where it's all scripted when it comes to CNN. They got it down pat. They got it down. I saw the communication.
You're talking about the news reports.
Absolutely.
Okay.
How they're going to act, what they're going to say, what type of comments that they're going to say, what they're going to ask the Republicans, how they're going to come back, how they're going to get riled up. It is all in a playbook. People don't realize how much detail y'all got to dig into this information to find out what's going on.
Well, that's another reason why I said that if you ever get on TV, like Chris Matthews has you locked into a certain position, you know, or he asks you there for a specific question. When you get there, he asks you about another question, and then he takes you down another path. What needs to happen on our side is that we need to have strong thinking individuals that will get up there and do what Jeff Sessions did, or do what Rudy did. When you ask him a question, we stay on the topic of Hillary Clinton. Well, you know Hillary Clinton such and such. Okay, well, we're not talking about Hillary Clinton. Oh, okay, all right. But you do know Hillary Clinton did this. I mean, that's what they did, and they're seasoned. And the Trump surrogates that are out there need to be a little bit more seasoned in the way you stay on Hillary Clinton. You keep on. You frustrate the hell out of these liberal news stations,
and that's what you do, Wayne.
So that they can't use this script that Cameron's talking about. They have to deviate from.
That's why they fear you. That's why they fear you, because they know Boris Epstein. They know exactly what all these Trump surrogates. They know where to push their buttons. With you, you don't play by their rules, and they don't know where to push your buttons. That's why they fear you when they come on television and they interrupt the sound, because they don't know you well enough.
Yeah, I got a request for MSNBC tomorrow, but I'm not going to be around. But
oh man,
I know, yeah.
I know
nobody watches it anyway. I mean,
no, can't say that though. Can't say that because CNN is behind MSNBC now.
Yep.
So we can't say.
The thing is, I think to the point of the conversation, I think a lot of the people in the country that probably a year or two ago were, turn their television on or whatever their vehicle is and believed what they heard in the media. I think this is one of the reasons why the media is so adamantly against Donald Trump, because when Donald Trump wins, everything that they've said is going to be repudiated.
Right.
I mean, from Fox News all the way down, at every turn, they've said it wasn't possible, and he did it.
Let me tell you something, too. And I see what they're doing. Do I have it? Was it a video?
While he's looking for that, I'll just say good evening to Alicia Smith. Just came on the program.
No, I don't have it. Okay, listen. I was watching a video where they had this brother. They had this black dude who was asking people on the street, what do you think of what Donald Trump said about what in the hell do you have to lose? And they were going around asking black people on the street, would they support Donald Trump? And if you look at these people are not going to vote. These people are not going to vote. They're not going to vote. One of them was like,
they were those people.
Yeah, one of them was like, he's gonna send us back to Africa, and yeah, these people ain't gonna vote. I'm serious.
Well, in Virginia, they might, because Terry McAuliffe just legalized a whole lot of criminals.
I heard that he was gonna do that. Did he do it?
Yeah, he figured out a way to meet the judge's requirements.
That's against the law, man. That's against the law, man.
Well, it tells you something. Ladies and gentlemen, talk to your Democrat friends. I know we all have them. But any political party in the United States of America that wants to take the worst of its citizens, felons, convicted felons, and bring them on the team, that's all you need to know about the party. Really? I mean, why would anybody want to do that? Now, if they talked about it in a way that we want to bring all people up and things like that, but that's not what this is about. This is about automatic votes to bring down sentencing and everything else to erase law and order, what the Democrat Party stands for today. They threw the police departments of the United States of America under the bus at the convention, using my police chief, using the Pittsburgh police chief, an import from Wisconsin, by the way, not a Pittsburgher, to go out there and say the reason that blacks are having all these problems with the criminal justice system is the criminal justice system. Mm-hmm. You know, and I'm not talking about black Americans. I'm talking about black criminals.
Why is everybody so uptight about Donald Trump saying, what the hell do you have to lose? Why is everybody so uptight about that? I mean, listen, Black America, do you want jobs? Black
Thank you.
moms, do you want to send your children to the school of your choice? Black youth that don't have jobs right now, aren't you tired of being unemployed? Don't you want a job? Donald Trump is saying, give me a chance. Just give me a chance. And you have the media and you have these so-called educated black minstrels that are coming on TV and they're calling Trump all these names. And I know it's filtering out into the community because you hear them, you hear the words when these people are interviewed on the street. They sound like they're sitting in the MSNBC audience. They sound
when
like
they ask them deeper questions, they can't answer.
They can't answer.
Name one thing, just like that guy said. Name one thing that Donald Trump has ever said about black people, and they look at him and they go,
right.
They got nothing.
Nothing. Not a damn thing.
And the man's a billionaire. I mean, there's nothing he has to gain with this other than lifting America back up. He's got grandchildren that he's looking at now going, my God, if I don't do something, nobody else is doing anything.
Right.
You know, that's what this is all about. And the average person can see that. But they're trying their best to keep this message out of the black community, out of the Hispanic community.
They don't want look. They don't want you to. They don't want you to make it.
No,
the liberals do not want you to make it. The liberal agenda, the Democratic agenda, does not want you to make it. They don't want you to have your own house. They don't want you to have a good job. They don't want you to have a good education. They don't want you to take personal responsibility for your actions. Okay? They want to be the leader of your life from cradle to grave. They think that they should run your life. And if you have any iota of self-awareness, then you need to wake up. Actually, you know what? I ain't even gonna say whatever. You need to slap yourself awake. You need to slap yourself awake.
You know what War Radio wants, and RSBN wants, and everybody else that's out here pulling for this guy wants? Everybody in America to succeed. We don't want you out in a gang. We want you working in a refinery.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, this is something that we can do. But the Democrats are all lock, stock, and barrel against it, and against you, and against blacks, against every single group that they claim to support. But all they want to do is enrich themselves and tear down America. They hate America.
Well, they want control. And
They
it's
want
just
control.
like the gentleman said tonight in the opening from Texas and Austin. The federal government's wanting to come in and take personal property, 90,000 acres of land. Now they want to put 200 species on the endangered list. That's going to prevent hunters from going out and hunting and putting food on our table. There is so much going into this election that people do not realize. They want control. They want the people to rely on the government for everything. This is what we're dealing with in the election, and that's why we're seeing the media push this type of agenda, because it goes and it shows what they're pushing to push the Democratic left side. There's so much going on behind the scenes, like with agriculture and the EPA and all of that type of stuff happening. They want control, 100% of control. They do not want a middle class. They want the rich and they want the poor, because the rich is going to sustain things. The poor is going to rely on the government and the rich for everything else.
I am not one for begging. So I ain't begging nobody to do nothing. But I am telling you, there is a better way out there than the Democrat agenda. There's a better way. There is a better way. But I also want to hit on the Republicans right now, because the minorities wouldn't be in this position if you would have opened up your damn mouths over the years and stood up for everything that stood up for your history, stood up for everything that you've done for minorities, stood up for everything that you've done for women. We would not be at this place if we had, if spineless Republicans would have stood up and fought back.
So right.
It's
You're
on
so
y'all
right.
too. It's on y'all too.
And that's why so many of them are fighting against us. And I will say this, especially the George W. Bush people. The George W. Bush people, the people that were involved in his administration, more of them have come out publicly to support Hillary Clinton over Donald J. Trump. That ought to tell you something. And the other thing it ought to tell you, and this goes to the black community, what organization could stand up and say that they support you and that they are against school vouchers to send your children to good private schools and support of the education unions? And caller, what's your name and where are you calling from? Caller from 434.
Yes, how are you doing?
Good. What's your name and what'd you like to talk about?
My name is Stuart. Actually, I drive for Uber part-time. And actually, I was in the RDU Raleigh-Durham area today working. And I picked up some Hillary bots today. And oh, my God, it was crazy.
Tell us about it.
Well, first of all, one lady was African-American. The other lady was a white lady. And I talked to the first lady, and I dropped her off at RDU, and I say, well, let me ask you, what do you think of this election? And I know with Uber you're not supposed to really say about it. But I had to. I just had to. I said, well, what do you think about this election going on? And she goes, oh, I'm a Hillary person. I said, really? Hey, why are you a Hillary person? She goes, oh, she's the best candidate. I said, well, what about all those bribes and fraud and all this stuff going on with her foundation? And, oh, well, Trump's had numerous bankruptcies. And I said, yeah, my wife's father's a lawyer, and I know all about bankruptcy. And the bankruptcy judge says, okay, this is what you pay, this is what you can't pay. So, well, she says, oh, but, Trump has done this. And I said, listen, what about 30 million or 25 million from Saudi Arabia to Hillary's foundation? I said, as well as I, that those are what they call bribes and pay for play. Oh, she said, you got no proof of that. I said,
So
really?
wrap it up in 10 seconds.
Well, all I can tell you is the Hillary bots, they're like robots. They don't want to hear it. You can't convince them of anything. And I'm a good convincer.
Hey, you're right, Stuart, and thanks for calling. I'm glad you got through. I saw you in the chat room. But yeah, guys, I mean, some of them are just brainwashed.
Yeah, I mean, look, some people, Herman Cain said it the best. Some people don't want to be changed. Some people don't. You can talk until you blue in the face. Some people just don't want to be changed, period. That's just how it is.
Some people don't want to believe the truth either.
No.
It's like I said before, and before any attacks happen on our soil, like Orlando, it is going to take something happening for people to look at things differently.
Right.
I don't know what it's going to be, guys. I'm not saying it's going to be a terrorist attack. Something is going to happen that is going to force people to take a look at what is going on, or they're going to have what I call a heart attack, which is a spiritual heart attack, and God's going to have to open their eyes.
I got knocked off my horse in 2007, and while I was on the ground, I looked up, I saw the light myself. I was
That
like, wait a
happened to
minute.
me too.
I was like, wait a minute, you talking about the Democratic Party, the media? Why are they using all this racist stuff? I had
It
never
happened
seen
to
that
me
before.
About 1987.
Mm-hmm.
I was sitting in a bar, and I'd moved out to rural central Pennsylvania from Pittsburgh. And there was a story going on about they wanted to ban the Saturday night special. And my dumb butt, almost used different language there, I was for it. And I damn near got killed in this bar, man. These people were like looking at me like, what? That's the Second Amendment. And I started like looking at it more then, and it's like, man, I've been wrong all these years.
Yeah.
That's the
not
same
really
way.
changed me, but that's one of the first things.
Mine was 9/11 when I got a phone call from my friend who works up in D.C. and she said, I'm driving back home to Texas, and I was pregnant with my son, and I was sick. And I said, why? She said, be awake in the morning at about 8 o'clock Dallas time. This was September 10th. I didn't know what was going on. And the next day was September 11th, 2001. That opened my eyes. And that's when I thought, we have something going on, because it did not add up. And I thank the Lord for that. I really do. Because that really made me look at the world differently, to go, all right, this is getting worse than I knew it was coming. I think as believers, we all know revelation's coming. It's coming. Something's going to go down. The end of the world is coming for people that think that way. But I knew something is going on. And from that moment, it was like a spiral effect to where truth came out at that moment on September 11th. And from that point on is when I saw the hustle in the media and in our government shift like I've never seen before.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the Wayne Dupree Show on RSBN.TV. And if you're listening to the show through your computer or your mobile phone, you're listening to it through Spreaker.com and WeAreAmericaRadio.com. You're listening through our mobile device program software, and we are glad to have you. We see that Donald Trump just got finished speaking to...
Yeah, the numbers are like quadrupling.
Oh, yeah. see, there you go.
And thank you for listening to the Wayne Dupree Show, folks.
I'm like, we should go like longer.
Well,
yeah, it just jumped. Everybody's ready for the Dupree Show.
I tell you what, Joe, we'll stay on for about another 30 minutes. We'll take some phone calls from some of the people that are just jumping over. So
the hundreds and hundreds of people that are jumping over.
Let's go ahead and do the new intro once again. How's that?
Let's do
it. Today, in the name of freedom, we take the battle to them. Let's roll.
You're listening to War. We Are America Radio. A place where conservatives, libertarians, and Tea Party Americans come together to get the real deal news. No filter. And a lot of patriotic spirit. We are America Radio.
Here in moments.
The ultimate gala spectacle. Holy Mother of God on earth and in heaven at the exact same time.
You want a piece of me? You got it!
We will make America strong again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And we will make America great again.
Let's not stand on ceremony here, Mr. Wayne.
Welcome back to the Wayne Dupree Show. We are going to do another 30 minutes on the show. We started at 9 o'clock, and I'm so glad to have you beautiful watchers here who had just watched Donald Trump give another glorious speech here on the Right Side Broadcasting Network, and glad to be broadcasting here on the right side. Let me introduce my co-host, Miss Cambry Nelson from California. What's up, Kay?
I'm excited, man. People are on fire right now. We've got the crowd that's all piped up on Donald Trump energy coming in. So it's awesome. I'm loving seeing all the messages come through. It's great.
And we also have the Godfather of War Radio, that sounds like Optimus Prime a little bit, but okay. The Godfather of War Radio, Mr. Hutch Bailey Jr. What's up, Hutch?
Hey, good evening, Mr. Dupree, and good evening to Cam. And the RSBN chat room moderator's job just got a lot tougher. Keep it clean in there.
I know. Ain't that crazy? Ladies and gentlemen, you will be able to call in 202-470-6738. 202-470-6738. We also have our roving consultant out there who has also been watching the Trump campaign and also has some information, Miss Mona Salama. What's up, Mona? What's going on real quick?
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
So, did you happen to see the speech just a few minutes ago?
No, I didn't, but I have the recap of it. But it's amazing that, Trump is on his AA, and he's letting everybody know what a president should be, and everybody to let these media people know that all the nonsense that they've been trying to spit out to the public is nonsense, and it's time for what they want, And even Reince Priebus came out today on Megyn Kelly and said that you're going to see a better, well-prepared Trump, and he's going to dominate the polls come Labor Day. And that's what we've been saying for months. That, like, nobody pays attention to election and what's happened over the summer and his, you know, his hiccups. But watch after Labor Day, when people start paying attention, they're coming back from their vacation, you know, they're putting their kids back to school, and they start watching the news during dinner time, you're going to see a very well-informed, very well-prepped Donald Trump.
Hey, you know what? Something that we were talking about earlier in the show, and I wanted to get your take on it, because Donald Trump has been talking to the black community. Donald Trump has been talking to minorities, Latinos. But it seems like, and you're out there, it seems like the media is so angry that it's almost like Donald Trump, the audacity, he can't talk to the black community. That's our people. But and they've been putting on their little attack dogs to go after the Trump surrogates. Have you seen that too? And what do you think about that?
You're exactly right. And earlier today on New Day with Chris Cuomo, and I can't remember his co-host, she was like, Trump is exactly right that the media is the super PAC for Hillary Clinton, and we have not given her the time of day the way how we've been giving Donald Trump. And we have all these email scandals coming in with 15,000 emails just released yesterday.
Right.
And then we find out today that while she's working, she's propositioning Rwanda, the nation of Rwanda. She's propositioning all this stuff as Secretary of State, and she has Huma Abedin, and she has all her people, and they're saying they did this on their free time. No, you did it while you were working. You know, if I was working in a government institution right now in City Hall in New York, and I tweeted out, "Go Donald Trump," I would lose my job for that.
Right, exactly.
And like, they could do this, and they think they could get away with murder. Like, this is beyond ridiculous. And for CNN to say that early in the morning, and the funny part is, because they said it early in the morning when nobody really watches them, that it never got traction.
Well, usually when they do that, they say, "Oh, well, so like if you go back and you blame them, you don't say this about you don't say this about Hillary Clinton and stuff." They can always point to, well, you know, it happened first thing in the morning and stuff. But hey, Mona, listen, I am gonna have to let you go. But I
miss everybody. I haven't talked to everybody since like the RNC.
Love you, Mona.
I love you guys. I miss you guys. But I will definitely be back on soon. I just had to go. I just want to let everybody know I just had to go through some stuff, but I'll be back full force and making sure that we're gonna make America great again and help, you know, make sure that this corrupt politician does not take our White House again. So
how can people reach you? How can people reach you on social media real quick?
Find me on Twitter at Mona Salama _.
All right. I'll talk to you in a little bit. All right, sounds good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take some phone calls. If you just got finished watching the Trump rally and you want to call in, I want you, it's got to be brief. It's got to be brief, because once I do this, the phones are going to light up. So 202-470-6738. 202-470-6738. Carla, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Cody, Nevada.
Hey, Cody, turn down your computer or your radio. Okay, so what did you happen to watch the Trump speech tonight?
I did.
What did you think about it?
Magnificent.
Okay.
Magnificent.
Right. What did you like about it?
I really liked the way he tied into Hillary.
Okay. All right.
And her corruption, her fantastic, off the scale corruption.
So, what do you think about how the media is attacking Donald Trump too?
Oh no, it's just merciless, and that's really the reason I'm calling in tonight. Is there is a video on. It sort of follows up on what you guys were talking about last night, but it sort of follows up on what you were saying last night about CNN. It's on the Dinesh D'Souza channel on YouTube. It's the second video, and it's well worth playing for your audience. I mean, it really says everything that you said, and it says it so powerfully. You really ought to check it out, and I'd say play it for your audience.
All right. Thanks, Cody. Thanks for the phone call. Ladies and gentlemen, 202-470-6738. If you just got finished watching the Trump rally, we're looking for you to call in. Tell us how you enjoyed it. What give us your best moment of the rally, because it looked like he had some people standing up there with him. I'm not sure what that was about. Maybe somebody can call in and tell us what that was about. 202-470-6738. 202-470-6738.
You know, Wayne, I saw an interesting piece today. People wondering, tonight's rally was in Austin, if I'm not mistaken.
Texas.
And people were wondering, why is he going to Austin? And the reason is pretty clear. Donald Trump is starting to look over the horizon. He's starting to look like, okay, I mean, he's a businessman.
Right.
You know, he's not worried about just winning. He's worrying about, what am I going to do after I win?
Right.
This was a statement to the Ted Cruz supporters.
Okay. All right.
In my opinion. Caller from 541 area code. What's your name and what do you want to talk about?
Erica, Dupree rally.
Okay, Erica, hit it.
It was fantastic that they brought up the agricultural, that Donald Trump is going to stop this EPA, stop these regulations, bring our food source back, protect us.
Right.
Hillary Clinton and Harry Reid have destroyed with their Bureau of Land Management, BLM land grab, especially after the uranium. And to know that he's working on it and that he is listening, that is fantastic. There is nothing that can happen better.
I like that. Hey, thank you, Erica. We also now have 773. Caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Dan from Illinois.
Dan
you are talking to the loneliest man in Illinois.
Okay.
But by the way, my friend, I really like the white hat with the black lettering.
Oh, you like that?
I think it's nice. Yeah, I got one of them in the car. But my wife really likes the camouflage one with the green. It goes to my eyes.
Yeah, okay.
That's what she says anyway.
Okay, so what did you think about the speech tonight?
I thought he smashed it again.
Okay.
I mean, he's starting to pull things together. I mean, he's pleading to the right people.
Right.
And the right people are listening.
Right.
You know, in order to get my message out, I got to take to the road and stop in service plazas with my Trump hat. And you would be surprised the looks you get.
That's true.
You get smiles.
That's true.
You get
stares. You get a lot of stares. You get a
few of them. You'll be surprised how many smiles.
Yeah.
Now, I had a guy actually stop me the other day and tell me about LaPorte. He was from Maine.
Okay.
He went to the Trump rally in Akron, which I had been in Ohio, so I was actually thinking stopping, but I didn't have time. But I mean, it's really interesting because there's no bumper stickers out there. Go ahead, look at I'm in Illinois. When Obama was running, I had to wear blinders. It drove me nuts.
Right.
Now
conservatives usually don't put bumper stickers on their cars, though.
No, there's no Obama stickers out here. There's no Hillary.
Or Hillary. I mean, conservatives just don't wreck their cars like that.
No, yeah, you're right. I won't put one.
I know I don't like it.
I do put the hats in the window.
I do that too. But, hey, I got to ask you a question because I started my show tonight at 8 and now I'm on at 9. And did Donald Trump talk to the black community tonight?
Oh, yeah.
Good.
I mean,
good. He stayed on message.
I mean, yes, he did. And, here, I'll tell you what. I went in a restaurant in Ohio. I sat down. Black people looked at me when I walked in, and they were a little apprehensive. You can feel it. And I just smiled, and I sat down. We ate. A minute later, another black couple comes in. The guy gives me a knowing look and a nod, and he walks by and sits down. We are getting the message out there. We just have to get... The mainstream media is killing us. That's
No,
all
I
I
have
can
to.
say.
I just have to say thank you for calling in, because I wish I could actually wear a hat in my state of California. But we appreciate your call. But this is a big week for Donald Trump.
Yeah,
He's in Texas. He's going to have Border Patrol. He's doing 2 town halls. We've got Sabina Durden down there in Austin, Texas. This is a big week for Donald Trump. So holding it in the state of Texas is going to get a fired up crowd. Everyone's going to be excited. Plus, he's right there at the border. So I'm excited about this week. This is a game-changing week again.
Hey, caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is John. I'm calling from Missouri.
John from Missouri. Okay, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
Did you get to watch the Trump speech tonight?
Yeah, it was a great talk as usual, and he added some more material to it that just really makes a difference. Some of the stuff they talked about agriculture was really right in there. But I wanted to bring something up that we can do now rather than waiting for Mr. Trump into office. People like PBS that we provide donations to are lying like some of the others are. We should stop our donations from those credit cards and stop funding them until they apologize and start giving us equal play on the media.
Oh, yeah.
The same is true of all the newspapers.
Mm-hmm.
We stop our subscriptions. It's going to hurt them until they apologize and start providing fair play.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, John. Thank you for calling in. We have 281. Caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Darren in Houston, Tejas.
All right. What's up, Darren? How you doing, partner?
Hey, Wayne, I just want to say I'm a first-time viewer and first-time caller referred off of the right side chat room. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm
Thank
really
you too.
excited about seeing you on the big screen.
Thank you, man. Thank you, D. What did you think about the speech tonight?
Hey, the speech is. My concern is I hope he doesn't get 2 templates saying the same thing. But he's got so much to feed off of with everything that's going on. I'm glad he's on message, whooping on the DNC and Hillary. But I really enjoy Pastor Burns. That's what fired me up, especially for this channel. And I really like what's being said in advance. And to answer your question about the folks up there who were standing on stage holding the shirts, those were from the Remembrance Project, the people who were families who were victims of illegal.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, thank you, D. Thank you, D from T.
Man, keep going. One more thing I chatted, you can't read it on there yet, is I hope you do an all-nighter for us first-timers here.
One day, D. One day.
That's going to cost you $100
yeah,
an hour
man.
per person.
Yeah, it's going to cost
Just
you
kidding.
a little bit. Yeah.
Keep
Thank
going.
you. Thank you. Now,
just so everybody knows, I mean, the RSBN network and We Are America Radio, we don't have any corporate sponsors.
Right.
We're here because you want us to be here.
Right. Exactly. And believe me, we appreciate you spending your time staying on with us from the Trump rally. Some of you are first-time watchers. We are here every night from 9 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sometimes we go over. Sometimes, most times, we'll bring on the Trump surrogates so that they can answer questions. Sean Hannity will even call in without even scheduling anything and talk to us. So. But then there are other nights. But then
you've interviewed Donald Trump too a couple times.
But then there are other nights when we just want to sit back and tell you our opinions about what's going on. And like Hutch said, we've also had Donald Trump on here numerous times. We've had him at conventions and conferences, so he knows what's going on. Wait a minute, did I do that? Caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm John from Iowa.
Hi, John.
I just wanted to first off say I catch you every morning. I have my alerts set for when you come on Facebook and Spreaker and RSBN,
all right,
and all that good stuff.
All right, thank you, John.
I just wanted to say something positive about Trump. Unfortunately, I just missed rally. I got home myself from work. I was just saying, I went to school in the 80s and the early 90s, and it seemed like whenever someone important, a teacher or an adult, tried to encourage you in life, they either told you wanted to grow up and be president, or you wanted to grow up and be successful like Donald Trump. You had everybody who wanted to encourage you or say something positive to you in life they always referred to President or Donald Trump.
Right.
No one was telling me 30 years ago about either bankruptcies or how he treated people or how he was as a person. But here we are in the year, obviously, 2016, and they want to dig up anything and everything to be negative about him.
Yeah. That's what happens when people are afraid there, John. People are afraid. A lot of people don't want change, and they try to dig up these things. But hey, John, thank you for your call, and thank you for listening, man. I really appreciate it. But when people are afraid like this, then they'll throw everything in the kitchen sink. They just want to see what is going to stick. Okay, they just want to see what's going to stick. But caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Sue Ellen, Detroit.
Sue Ellen?
And Detroit.
Sue Ellen. All right. Okay. All right. Well, my name is J.R. Ewing, Sue Ellen. How you doing?
Jared?
Turn your radio down, Sue Ellen.
Honey, I did. I've got you on speaker. I don't want to lose you. Let me pick up the phone.
Oh, okay.
Are you there?
Yeah, Sue Ellen. This is J.R. Ewing. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. I can't take you off the speaker because my walk phones, portables, are kind of just puked. I can't get them off yet. So
okay.
I'm here alone. I'd like to get on with Wayne if it's all possible.
You got it right now, darling. You are on with Wayne Dupree.
Thank you, sir.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. I just am amazed at his show and amazed. I've heard the name. I didn't know of him before.
Well, Sue Ellen, did you say that you watched the speech tonight?
Oh, are you kidding me? Yeah, he's
okay.
like my. He's in my blood. Okay.
All right. That'll work. What was your favorite part?
Oh gosh, he's resonating so many crossover topics that have never been discussed before in this country, because he's not a politician. And I would like to say to Dwayne, I think I don't know if he's heard of the Jesse Turner show. He's a preacher, a black preacher that is trying to educate the separation that has evolved under this current administration. I come back from a day where the biggest thing we did was, women's lib and fight for bottle returns and stuff.
Right.
And I've been around a while, and I've never, ever felt the divisiveness that I feel in this country now, and I'm embarrassed by it.
Well, I tell you what. What we have going, we have a leader in Donald Trump. We have somebody that is going to stand firm for the people. We have somebody that has the expertise to bring back jobs. We have the people. We have a leader that's going to be ready to hit the ground running. And with people like out there like you, we are going to make this thing work. And thank you so much, Sue Ellen, for your call. I really appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to the Wayne Dupree Show. That was Sue Ellen just a few minutes ago. And I had to bring in the Dallas music right there.
From Detroit.
Did you hear me? Yeah.
I heard it. I was like, wait a minute, am I back at home? Thank you, darling.
Look, I had to bring it on because I didn't want an 86er. But
it was a tough connection, though.
Yeah,
it was. Let's be honest.
Hey, Carla, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, hey Wayne, this is Bobby from North Florida.
What's your name again?
It's Bobby.
Hold my cowboy hat. Sue Ellen was on, and now we got Bobby. Huh?
Play it again.
Yeah, I got to. All right, there. Hold on, Bobby.
Okay.
All right, there you go, Bobby. We just had Bobby. We just had Sue Ellen Ewing on, and now we got Bobby Ewing. So my name is J.R. Ewing, and we got the whole clan here. But no, I'm kidding.
This is like back in the day on Dallas.
You know what I'm talking about.
I know where you're coming from. Yep, I was a child of the '80s there.
Oh yeah, look, every Friday night, Bobby.
Yes, sir.
Jock and JR and Ray. Oh yeah.
Who killed JR, Bobby?
Yeah, that was. I remember that. That was a big deal there. Everybody was in suspense.
So what?
Bringing back some memories now.
So Bobby, Bobby, what did you think about the speech tonight?
I thought it was very good, Wayne. And I'll tell you, my family and I, we first went and saw Trump back. This was back during kind of sort of towards the beginning there when we went to Sarasota, Florida, and watched one of his rallies back in the day before everything kind of really started going. And we were really, really impressed with what we saw there. And we were hearing things at that time. The media was starting to try to play it down a little bit, and people were just talking negative, nowhere near like what we're seeing today. And when we left that experience and we came back, we were like, wait a second, we're telling people, what you're seeing on TV is not what's really happening. There's something big happening here, and at that time what we started noticing was there was support out there, but people were kind of whispering. Nobody wanted to come out and say, yes, we're for this guy, but they would come up to us quietly if we walked around with Trump shirts on. But what we're seeing today is just outrageous with the media. And I know you guys see it. We just recently went to another rally there when he was here in Jacksonville, Florida. And, it was just amazing to see that arena full to capacity just about. And, and the media is scared. And what you said earlier to one of the other callers about them being scared and what they'll try to do to throw something to try to get the pick. There's no doubt because your guys, we know your guys were there, and then all the other mainstream media, they're there and they're seeing the reality of what's going on, and they are scared to death. They're not reporting it on the news, but they're reporting it back to their producers and the people that are helping to get their agencies going, and they're saying, this is huge, guys. We've got to do something. We got to do whatever. We got to spin this thing. We got to do something because this is monstrous. And I truly believe they are scared, but it is just a shame and just disgusting to see the lies that they're spewing and just the things that are being done to try to keep all of this completely suppressed. And I truly hope that the people will just come out and they'll do the right thing and they'll just go and they'll vote and finally just do away with this corruption. Because if nothing else, I tell you, Trump has really, really exposed the corruption throughout the government, the media, just all sorts of sources there.
Both parties.
Yes. So,
All right, Jay.
It's been an eye-opening experience, and we're our family, some people that have stayed and tried to keep up with politics, and to see these things and to see the people that have been exposed that you thought were on your side. It's been amazing what he's doing, and I hope and pray people are doing the research like we are, and watching you guys, and we really appreciate everything you guys are doing and trying to get RSBN up and going and all, and you've been a blessing to us. And I worry about the people that aren't taking the time, the people that are just sticking to the mainstream media, because it's all a lie.
All right. Thank you, Bobby. I really appreciate that. And if the next car is Digger Barnes, I'm really going to have some problems.
What's funny is we're at a point now where we have the media backed into a corner. We have so much facts right now. They're out of lies. They're out of lies at this point. That's why they're scared.
And Bobby and people like Bobby, please spread the word.
That's right.
Spread the word. Our show is on 9:00 every night on every weekday.
Right.
And Hillary Clinton can open all the pickle jars she wants to on the comedy channels, but this is not a comedy channel. Although we do get funny.
What's the pickle jar thing?
She got on there on Jimmy Kimmel, and Jimmy Kimmel opened the pickle jar and then closed it real light and brought it back out, on the stage and said, oh, well, if you're so weak and your health is so bad, see if you can open this pickle jar. Well, it was already open, but she does,
All right.
You know how it goes.
It didn't spill on her or anything?
No.
I'm surprised that her hands
But her
were
suit
That's probably
looked
why
like it
she
was a
opened
dope
it. Her
pickle.
hands was shaking.
Yeah, probably. Hey, caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, my name is Finesse Graves. FL Graves there on the little side chat forum.
Huh?
Say your name again?
Finesse, like the shampoo. That's the beauty of finesse.
Okay.
I like it.
Thank you. First time I ever called into any show like this. I listen to Rush all the time. I'm 26-year-old black male.
Okay, all right.
I live by myself. You know, I just recently lost my job from taxes in California being too high, so the company moved to Texas. So, you know, I'm in the thick of it. I just wanted to call to, you know, let people know that, you know, like, Trump's message is really resonating with people my age. I have, you know, cousins. My fiance is Mexican, adopted at birth. Her birth parents are voting for Trump, and they came over illegally. Those are the things you don't hear all the time, you know, like.
So Finesse,
I just wanted to call. Yes,
Finesse, let me ask you a question. Have you listened to Trump's message to the black community?
Yeah, I actually I was following Trump before he even really hit the campaign trail hard last year. I was one of those first people to feel like, yeah, he's going to win it, just because, you know, I believe in his message. You know, he's one of those guys who likes to get the job done, and, you know, like, he has the track record.
So you believe in it? You believe in the fact that this guy wants people to work and wants people. He's not trying to pander to anybody.
Well, see, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Okay. Well, see, the thing is about that is, like, people don't get it. They're like dumb when it comes to this. I have friends who live in the hood, who are in poverty. They don't want free stuff. They don't want that stuff.
Well, so then his message should resonate. Do you think it does?
Yeah. This is from conversations that I had months ago. Sit down on the phone, talk to friends, some of them Bernie supporters, and then it's like, okay, you're a Bernie supporter. Well, then let's go ahead and get to the facts. And all they can say is, well, free this, free that, and then free this, and Trump said this, so he's racist. And it's like, okay, well, then let's go ahead and look at it, you know, like, word for word. And then once we go ahead and point it out to them, they're like, oh, okay, I see. It's like, yeah, everything that he said up to this point, I believe it.
All right.
Everything Hillary said up to this point, I don't believe it.
Hey, Finesse, thank you so much for calling in, man. I really appreciate that. We're going to take a couple more calls before we roll out. Hey, caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hello. Are you there?
Yep.
Okay, just to mute my TV there. So yeah, I'm actually, my best friend is the one moderating this live stream right now, and he begged me to call in. I'm actually an independent, but I'm leaning more towards Trump.
Okay.
Because I do not want Hillary. She's just god awful.
What's your name? What's your name?
My name is Philip.
All right, Philip. Where are you calling from, Philip?
I am from Rock Island, Illinois.
Illinois. All right. So, did you happen to watch the Trump speech tonight?
I did not actually. I was busy, so I did not get to watch it.
Okay. Do you think he has a chance to beat Hillary in November?
I certainly hope so. I definitely don't want a copy-paste person like Hillary. I think she's just tries to be hip, and I think she just pretty much phony.
You caught her copy and paste?
Yes, absolutely.
I thought she was more like cut and delete.
Well, I wish I had the manual to do that, but I don't. But yeah, I actually voted for Bernie in the primaries, but you know, I was definitely burned by the Bernie. But I definitely would pick Trump over Hillary any day of the week.
Wait a minute, hold on. You said that you voted for Trump. Bernie?
What's that, buddy?
Dirty Turkish back flat and Barton, Philip Bunker Barton, Perkaluma Burton, Durton, Boston, Martin, and Adam.
Vote for Bernie.
I think Wayne was a little disturbed because I can't understand how you would vote for a guy like Bernie and then go for Trump. I mean, Bernie is a communist, man. I mean, you understand what that means?
Well, see, I'm aware of that. I mean, I know that's, you know, he did the whole thing about socialists, you know, Democrats. I definitely, there's certain things about Bernie that I disagree with, and there's certain things I agree with. But Hillary, I don't want to be my freedom to be policed, and that's just like a greater evil of me.
Bernie Sanders would go so much farther than Hillary concerning your liberties that you really need to probably relook the different ideologies, that is socialism, communism.
Well, I mean, Trump, wants to support oil and outdated technology.
No, oil is not outdated technology. Oil is the life.
Yeah, we're going to be running out of it pretty soon, and he thinks that global warming is fictitious when it's proven.
Okay, we appreciate your call, brother, but
yeah, alrighty.
I mean,
have a good night.
This is something that I mean, when you talk about oil being the, I don't know where to go there. Oil
I'm just glad that he's voting for Trump in the general election.
Yeah, that's where it sounded like he was going. It sounded like Hutch brought up some skeletons, though.
Well, I mean, you heard what he said.
Yeah, he was saying that. I don't remember. Hold on. He was saying that he was going to possibly vote for Trump in the general election.
He probably still will, but even so, when you bring something up like that in front of me, I got to confront it. I mean, it's just something that Bernie Sanders, people going from Bernie Sanders to Donald Trump is fine if they're going to do that. But we have to stop the idea that socialism is an acceptable ideology. It's just not, in my opinion. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I don't think we want the Trump mantra to be that we accept socialism.
When Trump was reaching out to the Bernie Sanders supporters, he wasn't putting up their socialist ideas. Okay, so I mean, I'm sure that whatever he did say sort of perked Phillips' interest in that way, because Bernie didn't make it, and hopefully there are some Bernie supporters that won't vote for Hillary because they know who she is and will support Trump because of the trade, and we'll also look at what Trump is doing with bringing the jobs back and the wall and the border and.
And well said, Wayne. And I understand. And Philip, I'm not trying to knock what you brought to the show. I just, I'm a cold warrior, and that just kind of ticked me a little bit. And, liberty, that's what we're talking about. Okay. That's all you got, man. That's all you're getting.
I'm just glad we don't have to worry about socialism right now. We got Clinton and we've got Trump. So socialism is behind us.
Socialism is all about Hillary. I mean, her whole program is.
She's implemented some of those socialist things in there, but
she's implementing, but she's not even. If you I've read everything on her website. I don't see everything being a Bernie Sanders socialist like Cuba. I don't see that.
No, I do. Everything Hillary Clinton stands for is 100% what Bernie Sanders stood for. I mean, there's no difference. That was just a different amount of hot sauce.
Well, she had to move. She had to move over there, though. She had to move because he was taking everybody way, way far left.
Absolutely.
Far left than Barack Obama.
And you look at what she said. She said, I heard her today say that on immigration, I will go so much farther than Barack Obama on executive actions with immigration. It's like she'll make these people citizens.
Well,
she's horrible.
Not if we can, or not if we have anything to do about it. Wait, that's the wrong one. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting ready to roll up out of here. We want to thank those that tuned in to from the Donald Trump speech. Thank you for tuning in and watching us. We'll be back tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Actually, Joe gave me a message. Joe from RSBN. Let me see here. Joe gave me a message. Adam and Rachel will be live from Jackson, Mississippi, Trump tomorrow. And live pregame coverage begins 3 p.m. Central Time. Rally begins at 7 p.m. Central Time, so rally begins probably 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. So Adam and Rachel. But ladies and gentlemen, I have on here Hutch Bailey Jr. and Cam Nelson. I am your host, Wayne Dupree. Cam, how can people reach out to you on social media?
I'm on Twitter at Cam, KAMVTV.
Hutch.
Hutch Bailey Jr. on Facebook, Bird's Eye View on Twitter.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can catch me on Twitter at Wayne Dupree Show. You can catch me on Facebook. Just type in Wayne Dupree Show. And again, we're here every night, 9 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We also do a noon show on Spreaker.com. Just type in Wayne Dupree Show. It's a different show. We don't do the same show at 12 that we do at 9. So it gives you a different feel about what we learn during the day and what we have at night. So we're glad to have you. We're looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. Stay on the news. Tweet out new stuff. Share new stuff on Facebook. Don't retread the same thing. Okay, we need new stuff going after Hillary Clinton. We need new stuff in promoting Donald Trump. Create some new memes.
Did the one to tell you that?
Good ideas. Put them out there, and we'll see you on the flip side. Good night, everybody.
We talking about practice, not a game, not a game, not a game. We talking about practice. We talking about practice, man. What are we talking about? Practice? We talking about practice, man. We talking about practice.